watching us this morning and you've been sort of dozing off, which is a bit
I don't know, hopefully you haven't.
No, I can hardly watch TV now. I enjoy settle down for a programme and then before I know what...
That's because you're old.
Yeah.
Before your time.
But
anyway, did you dream when you nod off? Do you have a little dream?
Do you remember what you dreamt about last night? Was it a reoccurring dream? Ridiculous dreams.
Yeah.
Guilty dreams.
And analysis expert with us this morning, Davina McKail, and we're all fascinated by dreaming. The first thing I wanted to ask you is, does everybody dream? Because you have people say, no, I never dream.
No, I get that a lot. But mind you, it's interesting, because those people, if you talk to them for longer than 5 minutes, they'll always remember a dream. They say, I'll never have a dream. And then they go, well, actually, there was this one dream. But yeah, we all dream, and we all dream every night. It's that we can't always remember them. That's the issue.
So why are there some we remember and others we don't, then?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons for that. It could be lifestyle habits. For example, sleeping happens in cycles, and we are only in dream sleep for certain amounts of time during our sleep cycles. So if you get up very early in the morning, maybe you're on shift work or things like that, you might be out of a dream cycle and you simply won't remember the dream.
But you always remember the one that you have just before you wake up, don't you?
Yes, exactly, because we're in a longer period of dreaming, sleep at that point. It increases as the night goes on. So at the beginning of the night, in the first cycle, you might only get 10 minutes of dream sleep, but by morning that's increased to 30 to 45 minutes, so you're much more likely to remember a dream. But you know, if you're a mum with a young baby waking up in the middle of the night, disturbed sleep, you might not remember them. Or perhaps your unconscious mind is just dealing with it on its own, it doesn't need your attention. I really feel that when you remember a dream, it's because you need your conscious mind, you need some kind of understanding to...
Is this, in a way, I remember reading once, it's a way of the mind laundering problems that it's got. It's almost like having constipation, and this is like a laxative.
Interesting theory.
No, it's true. It's true.
Quite like that
but actually, there are things all up there that the mind needs to deal with and put in little compartments.
Absolutely. The dreams have a number of different functions. They are partly that. They're how we learn and develop information. For example, a baby up to 6 months old spends most of its sleep in dream sleep. So if you think about a baby's it's taking in a lot of new information, so it's obviously processing a lot of data about the world, and so it spends a lot longer, and older people spend far less time in dream sleep. So there's something about the learning and development.
And what about those recurring dreams that so many people talk about, whether it's being naked in public, that dream happens to people a lot, the teeth crumbling, flying is a big one.
They're very common dreams. Yeah. Those, I mean, they're fitting into the human psyche. We all have common experiences. We all have stress, we all have anxiety. For example, the teeth falling out, which is actually the most common dream probably across all cultures, and everybody has that. It doesn't matter where you're born, where you come from, there is that dream occurs. It actually comes from a primordial fear of survival. So in olden times, in saber-toothed tiger days, literally if your teeth fell out, we wouldn't be able to eat, so we wouldn't be able to survive. So it comes when there's a big life transition. So often teenagers get that dream when they leave home for the first time.
I have this one where my teeth sort of lock, and I can't move from one way or the other.
It's because I've got my hand over your mouth.
I have that. And I also have this one where the bed is spinning and spinning and spinning.
And he doesn't drink, can I just say? I have the bed spinning, but I know why. But he doesn't drink.
Really? Yeah. Okay. The teeth locking is perhaps not feeling free.
It's physical.
Well, it could be stress. I mean, literally could be a stress thing. But my sense is if you're dreaming about that, it's like, where do you feel locked and you can't be completely free in what you're trying to say?
I'm trapped in my life.
What about, we're talking about kind of nice dreams, what about nightmares? How do they...
Well, nightmares are definitely exacerbated by stress. If you're very stressed in your life, anxious, then you will definitely have more nightmares. Certain medications and things of that nature can exacerbate nightmares. But again, I see nightmares as gifts. They are a message from your unconscious mind saying, look at your life, pay attention, something's not working here for you, you need to get better balance.
But they're not always obvious, are they? This is where I think people get confused. It's like, don't be too literal.
Yeah, never take a dream, well, rarely take a dream literally. They are very rarely literal. They look at symbolic, but there's lots of ways you can work with dreams. Like, think of it as a story. One of the really good ways is to look at your dream story and give it a tabloid headline or a blockbuster movie. You know, it's like, if you summed up that, what would be the headline you'd give it?
Daytime presenter gets lockjaw.
Yeah, so but, and then you think, oh, lockjaw, what am I not expressing? You know, it can often give you an insight into the meaning. That's one way. Look at the emotion you're feeling. Where is that emotion replicated in your real life? You know, where are you stressed? Where are you feeling chased by things or over anxious or feel you're out of control in a falling dream or something of that nature?
Or it's something from the past.
Yes, it can be,
could
certainly.
well be. And if this is giving you ideas or sort of jogging your memory as to certain dreams, we're going to be dealing, Davina's going to be back later to analyse dreams from viewers today. But what about, I did say when you wake up you remember the dream you've just had, but then often, 15 minutes later, you've totally forgotten it. If it is important, will you remember it during the day, or...?
Well, I do think it's good to work with dreams. I think it's an art we've lost. You know, in sort of more ancient times, we were very cued into dreams. We really paid attention to them. We don't pay attention anymore. Dreams do respond to attention. So yes, they are whispers from the unconscious. You need to catch them and capture that information. But if they're important, you will retain it.
Fascinating. We'll be finding out all about your dreams and we'll decipher some of those later. And also
stay tuned because you're dreaming. Thank you very much indeed, Davina McKail. The dreams expert is back.
Now, yesterday we asked you to send in your dreams. Hundreds of you got in touch. Really touched a nerve with this one. And we've got calls coming in now for Davina, so let's get straight on with those because they're fascinating. Jane, are you there? Hello, Jane, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Jane. Tell us about your dream.
Yeah, well, I dream that there's things in my mouth, normally hair or string, but I've recently dreamt that I had a dishwasher tablet in my mouth, and that I'm choking, and I wake up, and I think I'm going to be sick in my bed, and it's really distressing.
Well, at least your mouth will be clean. If you are, that's good. A dishwasher tablet.
Or hair or string is a horrible feeling.
It is a horrible feeling. Anything that's choking you like that, or literally gagging you like that, is like where you feel gagged in life, what you're not being able to say, or do you sometimes feel you say too much and wished you hadn't said it? There's something about that dishwasher tablet, because it cleanses things, that I wonder if you said something that day, Jane, that perhaps you wished you hadn't.
Do you think you have, Jane?
But it's definitely something where you don't express yourself or you have problems communicating. So notice when the dream comes up and perhaps what's happened in that day of where you thought, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I could have said that, or I should have said that.
Yeah. Have you got a mucky mouth then, Jane?
Oh, no, that does actually make sense, because the night I had the dream about the dishwasher tablet, I had been in a situation where I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to say something because I thought it might upset somebody, and it did prey on my mind a bit. So yes, that does make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Interesting. Thank you very much.
I'm going to have that dream from now. I often want to say things, can't get a word in edgeways.
Bobby Louise. Hi, Bobby. Are you there?
Yeah.
Now, this is a dream. Is this what you have this every night? Near enough every night. So tell us about your dream.
Yeah, every night.
What's the dream?
Someone's chasing me and trying to kill me. I'm finding myself hiding in places, trying to get away from someone.
I have that one too. Yeah. And you wake up, are you a bit panicky when you wake up?
Yeah, if I can wake myself up, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, so you want to wake yourself up, obviously, because it's a bad thing, and I suppose that's quite a common
It is a common dream, and it is definitely, Bobby Louise, it is a stress response, anxious response, but I wonder with you, because you're having that so often, whether this is also a deeper issue of some of your own self-sabotaging behaviours. Maybe you have some unhelpful habits that are chasing you that you need to look at in your life and let go of. Certainly meditation, deep breathing, actually maybe when you're awake, going back into the dream, like in a meditation, and actually facing what's chasing you is a really powerful way.
Can you go back into the dream?
Without, when you're awake, just sit and just go, okay, go back in your mind into the dream and face what's chasing you. Turn around and say, why are you chasing?
Do you know
what is
what's
it?
chasing you, Bobby Louise? Is it people or animals or?
It's people. Sometimes I know them, sometimes I don't.
Okay, and does that make any sense, what Davina said to you there? Are there some issues that you think you might need to face in your life?
Yeah, it does, and I've also gone back into the dream after waking up as well.
You've done that.
So that's
well, no, that's you mean she's gone back into the dream, still dreaming, don't you, Bobby Louise?
Yeah.
Yeah, like gone back in. So it's a deep. You need to deal with your anxiety and stress and just any of those habits that you need to be letting go of now.
Bobby Louise, thank you very much indeed. Here's Lucy. Lucy has emailed us in, and she says, I have this reoccurring dream where I'm sat in an area of a park. It's night time, and I'm just trying to build a dream. It's night time, and it's been snowing. The area is lit up by old-fashioned lamps. So it's like Victorian times, I think. And I'm surrounded by benches with my friends and family on it. I then hear a voice which says, "It's your choice. Pick one."
Oh.
Yeah. Then it is as if someone touches my shoulders and I wake up. And when I look up, and this is the really spooky bit about this, when she wakes up, the clock is always at the same time. 2 a.m.
Great movie.
I think I've seen that movie. I genuinely do think I've seen that movie.
But there's a lot in that dream, and we need to sort of break it down a little bit. So first of all, it's nighttime, which suggests the unconscious mind, the deeper unconscious self. There's snow on the ground, which suggests frozen, repressed emotions. So it's some deep emotions repressed in the self. Family and friends around, so it's to do with family. But the 2 o'clock is actually really interesting, because in Chinese medicine, the hours between 1 and 3 are to do with the liver, which often relates to family anger issues and things of that nature. It's also about frustrations and anger in your life. So my sense is what it is old repressed anger and frustrations in her life.
Maybe
And she's not making
problem.
the choice to pick one, and she needs to actually, if she's frustrated about not making progress in her life, because it's often about planning that liver time.
Do you think she wakes up in her dream at 2 o'clock, or she wakes up
No,
in
she
real
wakes
life?
up and she sees it's 2 o'clock.
In real life?
Yeah, and it's very interesting. It's really worth noticing what time you wake up. If you have a consistent time, you always wake up in the night, then look at the Chinese medicine wheel of, you know, what liver organ that's in. It'll often give you the reason of what's behind your anxiety or what's causing you to wake up at that time.
Interesting. Okay, let's go back to the phones. Sharon, are you there, Sharon? Hello.
Sharon, are you asleep?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Sorry to wake you.
Hello,
What are you
Sharon.
dreaming about?
This is a recurring dream, isn't it, Sharon?
It is. My dream is where I'm climbing a staircase. It's a small stone one, as if I'm in a castle. And the ceilings are really low and they're twisty, and it's really hard to get up to the top, and I'm very claustrophobic. And when I get up into the attic, I find I have to go back down because I've forgotten something. But I can get down easily, but I can't get back up.
Yeah, it's any kind of building or similar to, is like this, you know, it's like Jung said, it's the mansion of the self. So it's to do with your psyche in terms of things. And when we're going up staircases, it's about ascending. It's like more spiritual beliefs, believing in something bigger than you, if you like, and things like that. So you obviously have, and it's also about your development. There's a fear in there of making progress in life, because the attic's about your future. It symbolises your future. So when you get to the attic, Sharon, you obviously feel okay about that, but it's like the getting to the attic. So it's like you can put yourself in your future, but the thought of trying to work out how you get there is really hard for her. So there's a fear about your progress and what is coming in from the outside. So maybe you've had some psychic experiences or some just interesting energy experiences that perhaps have scared you, so you don't want to go there.
Does that make sense, Sharon?
It absolutely does, yes, thank you.
Thank you
They
for
all make
sharing
sense.
your dream.
Can I
with
ask
us.
you one that I have, a recurring dream, not all the time, but the one that features a lot, is that I'm back in the very first flat that I ever bought.
If only.
And it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me anymore. It's not my furniture, and I know I'm not supposed to be there. And I'm doing something really mundane, like cooking or having a shower, but always with a slight panic, thinking, I shouldn't be here. This is not my house anymore. But
That's
I
easier
recognise
worrying in
it.
case I ditch you. That's what that's about.
I'm working out where I'm going to live when I leave him.
The thing with the recurring dream like that is to notice what's going on in your life when it shows up, because that will give you the real clues to its true meaning. But when you go back to an original, again, it's part of the psyche, but often it's like, what part of yourself did you develop at that time in your life? So it's a repeat of some kind of pattern, and it's an opportunity to reflect of like, oh, do I feel I'm going back into an old behaviour? So you're sort of mirroring that, which is why you have the sense of panic around it, because you don't enjoy necessarily going back.
I kind of like being there because it's my old house and I loved it, but I have that thing like I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, so I wonder if you looked at when that turns up and then you look at what's going on, there's probably a reflection there of like, oh my God, I'm making an old mistake, or I'm going back in the past, or I'm doing something I've done before.
Don't want that.
You'd be distraught because I wouldn't be there.
That's the truth.
That's what's wrong.
That's why I'm anxious about
Yeah.
it.
Very anxious.
There you go, that's me sorted. Thank you so much, fascinating. We must do this one again because we had so many calls and things we couldn't get through, but I think we covered a lot of it. We did.
Brilliant, Davina. Thank you very much indeed. And you think on, but you'll end up in that drafty flat in Plymouth
Yes.
again.
Or up an attic
Right.
and can't get back.
That's the way it'll be. That was really interesting. And so many people just can't sleep as well. Is being a bad sleeper a sign of being a big dreamer?
No, not necessarily, but you need to sleep to dream.
Yeah, that's true. Usually helps.